comrades, how are you doing? My name is Shadi James. I'm here with gentlemen here today. Let's get to talk about what has happened today all over the country. What has happened in the very regional areas? I've seen a lot of chaos all over the country. But behind all this chaos, and why should the chaos come to an election day? Because it's a lot of candidates. Okay, candidate from kaspul being arrested from malava, being arrested, and yet leaving the ballot. What does that mean? What picture does it bring in a democratic country? So that's why today we have got two gentlemen here, one political analyst and a politician who is very worried about 2027 presidential, in the presidential election of 2027. So I think it's going to be wrong. That's why tumeamua hivi when you can compare, that's what we want to do. Before we start, let's go with the introduction from the two parties. Then we proceed.
It's me. Yes, my name is Ouma Kilion. I'm very happy to be here. Asante sana for inviting me and also honoring me to be part of this biggest media in the country and in the region. Asanteni sana.
Okay. Asanteni sana. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Abdalla Muhammad. Vile nilivyosikia, mimi ni mchanganuzi wa masuala ya kisiasa. Na masuala ya kisiasa katika nchi hii najua imekuwa na mshike, lakini ndio mambo ambayo ndio ujenzi wa taifa letu, kwa sababu kidemokrasia mpaka tuwekeane uwazi, mpaka tuzungumze, tukosoane, tuelewane, ndio demokrasia hii. Lakini mwisho wake sote tutakuwa kama mandugu katika nchi hii yetu, taifa letu hili la Kenya.
Okay, we know a lot has happened today. We've just seen a lot of chaos from the north, where the Karis and Rio want to clash in so closely there. And we just seen another clash from Malava. We just saw a candidate who was on the ballot, and the night before today, he was apparently in his hotel, but he managed to escape. Unfortunately, today, when he went to report that incident to the police, he was arrested, and up to now, he's not following his result since he was on the ballot between the police custody. What can you say about that?
First, the scenes that we've witnessed today is quite unfortunate for our country, because we should not personalize politics. Politics is just a game, and in a game we have to play, and whoever wins carries the day, and the loser also has to come and congratulate the winner. So for me, it's so unfortunate. The kind of scenes that I'm seeing, it's very unfortunate for our country, and if this is where our country is going to, I think it's a wrong direction.
As a presidential contender 2027, Ouma Kilion himself here, first ningesema pole sana kwa wale ambao wameumia, wale wameshikwa, wale ambao biashara zao zimeharibiwa kwa zile ghasia ambayo imefanyika kwa hizi by elections zote across the country. Nasema poleni sana. Ya pili pia ningeomba serikali tafadhali, when it comes to a democratic election, don't use force, don't coerce people to change the will of the people. You are supposed to use the constitutional mechanism to make sure that the election is fair. Don't curtail the rights of others. Yes, you are supposed to give law and order where there is an election like that. Protect all citizens. That's why you came to power and took the Bible and oath to protect and defend Kenyans. So it's very unfortunate that the government was not prepared for this by-elections. They went there to create mayhem so that election People are dying, people have been injured. This is very bad. So next time the government, please, even the Minister of Internal Security, be prepared for such things. The life of Kenyans is more important, and that's the constitution, the sovereignty of Kenyans.
Okay, if you can just tell from we're just back at Mbeere, where a lot of chaos. In fact, we just saw two parties. The first side was there was some goons. Let me use the term goons. You can go to a polling station and with lungus and so. There was a team which the police never interfered who had the demonstrators. They just went caused chaos in a polling station after. This was after the voting exercise was complete. They just went to the main polling station with the gender sticks to make that flaggers. So, what was the main problem according to you? What made them to go to the main polling station for that according to you?
Okay. I've just had a meeting with the 5 former governors in some hotel in the CBD here, and we are talking about the future of Kenyan politics. Some of these things were some of the part of our discussion. Causing chaos in a polling station. We saw these people even in Kaspul. They were being guided by the police. It happened in Malava. It happened in mbeere. So what we're telling the government is this: let the will of the people be respected. The government now is afraid. Now they want to use force. They want to use coercion to win by force because they've realized they're not popular on the ground. Because how police officers, the government using the police officers to scare wananchi not to vote, injuring them, and they're not taking responsibility. The beauty of any leadership in the world is to take responsibility, be accountable. But this, we have not seen it in the by-election. But this is because the unpreparedness of the IBC, the unpreparedness of the Kenya police, the internal security system. And that's why we are urging the Kenyans. I thank Wakenya vile wamejitokeza wewe wenyewe, wakaonyesha serikali yenyewe, hata mkuje na bunduki, mkuje na mawe, mkuje mtushike. Tunakaa hapa mpaka nimeona polling stations zingine wametoa mpaka all primary school, all polling stations. Kila shule wanaweka huyu amepata hii amepata hivi, hii amepata hivi. I'm so glad and I'm happy. Na ukao unaweza angalia hiyo results zote, unapata opposition imechukua the big share. Wamechukua the big share because the wananchi wameshow kuwa they are very resilient and they are tenacious. They are not ready to bow down. Hata kama serikali you are unpopular and you not use force like it was used in Tanzania over us. We will stand. We are ready to shed blood and make sure justice takes its course.
What do you say about that?
Okay, first of all, I want to disagree with my friend here. A lot of things are being posted, and some of them are unverified. So before us making any statement in terms of looking for a way of disparaging the government, first of all, we have to do a verification. Are the results from all those polling stations, have they been given out? No. So, what I can say is, let IBC make the final decision and make the final tally of whatever each and every polling station has. Secondly, our politics has gone to a level where we just need a serious discussion as a country. We need this discussion because our politics has generated from being level-headed, and it has turned into something that it's a menace that is developing, that it won't be easy to contain that menace once it becomes a malignant. So my advice is, as a country, we need to have a serious discussion over the political discourse in this country.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question for you. Yes. We just saw Banyal talking arrested there, and he was a candidate. So, where do you think are we heading to The similar things that has been happening in our neighboring country. It's just to see a candidate will be there in the ballot, being arrested in an election day. Thereby, he can't follow his votes. He can't even account just to clarify that. According to you, where do you think as a country we're heading? Since if a candidate can be arrested on an election day.
First of all, I forgot to talk about the issue of IBC. IBC was just came to office the other day. So, in terms of preparation, we cannot put all the blame, we shoulder all the blame to them. This is just a new office that has come in. Let's give them time. This is more like a trial to them, a test trial. So we'll be able to gauge from these elections how they'll be able to perform tomorrow. And as we are going ahead till to the time of the general election.
Yes, so, my friend has not gotten your question. Because you yourself, when you started, you said the police escorting the goons. It's visible everywhere. That's not invisible, that's visible everywhere. The cameras are everywhere. So you cannot deny what's visible. Secondly, IBC just came to the office the other day. But you have the Interior National Security Coordinator. They're the people on the ground. They should protect the people. They should defend the people. So you didn't get his question. Yes. Okay. Because he has just framed, no, these are goons being escorted by the police, and it's everywhere. We saw it in kaspul, we saw it in Malava. So it's everywhere. It's visible. We are not talking about something that is invisible. It's visible. It's everywhere.
You interjected before I completed. I was just coming back to what I was supposed to have explained much earlier, which I didn't do. So as I was going forward, issue of goons is something that is happening across the board. We cannot blame it and put it on as a one-sided thing. All the politicians are part and parcel of hiring goons. But it's unfortunate for the police to be doing whatever things, it's quite unfortunate for the police also not to have taken stern action. But I love a situation like what I saw in Chicago, where goons wanted to walk in. Young people were so much agitated trying to walk into our final tallying center, which was quite unfortunate. But I want to thank the police for barring them, for not allowing them not to get there. But as we go forward, I think there has to be preparations on both sides. On the side of the IEBC, for now I can't put any blame on them because they just walked in the office just the other day. But there has to be a serious civic education, especially on how we are supposed to handle ourselves during the electioneering time. And once somebody has voted, they are not supposed to be, according to our electoral rules, they are not supposed to be hovering around the polling stations. They're supposed to walk away, and they're supposed to be ushered away by the police.
I think you're just rushing out of my point, my question. And my question was, where is the country heading to? With just being a candidate who is there in the ballot, it's the question which I asked there. Yes. A candidate who is there in the ballot, being arrested in an election day, whereby he's supposed to be following.
That's what I say. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. That's why I tried to generalize all this. Goons and issues of violence is a blame that is supposed to be laid on both sides, both the opposition and the government side. You can't put the blame on one side. Because what I saw, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So the question is, do you know what led to that arrest? That's a serious discussion that we should be asking ourselves here. What led to that arrest? There must have been something that led to that arrest. And that arrest, whatever that led to that, was that issue of when there's some unfortunate things that were being posted all over. Of somebody who was stripped naked, and people posting the nudity of that person. And this person was being forced or coerced. We don't know which party it was, but he was being forced to say that I was sent by the government side to come and steal votes.
Can somebody put the words to that man?
That's what I'm saying. It's so unfortunate to have gotten to that point.
Do you think the country is heading the best direction?
I don't think. I don't know where my friend comes from. I think he's just arrived from the moon or somewhere else, or Germany. Yeah, because you just said that this is a contender who is a threat to the government candidate. He's been arrested on the day. Yesterday before that, the goons, and all of them have been named, and we have the videos of all these evidences. They've been named. They were in this guy's office, hotel at night. What were they doing there? To threaten this person, to threaten the will of the people. So the future of us, dignity and peace is a product of justice. Justice is about fairness. When you go in a play, you want to play, then you curtail me instead of allowing fairness to happen. People will cause violence because they're expressing their severe dissatisfaction, their severe displeasure with the process. The government should protect the people, not force them to go to violence. So I'm telling the Minister of Internal Security, please maintain law and order. That's your work. Don't interfere with processes, because this is a process of the government being led by a constitutional office, which is IEBC. So you are not supposed to go and cause violence there, tafadhali. So arresting Ses Panyako as a contender, that's very serious. That's not constitutional. That's goonism. So we need the government and Ruto people, and we are putting Ruto to notice that it's high time you own up. You took an oath to protect and defend Kenyans. Kama utafanya hivyo, ile vitu imefanyika pale Kasipul, Mbeere, Wakenya wenyewe wanajitetea, wamesema afadhali hata kama ni damu wakufe, uwashike vile utawashika, lakini hawatoki hautaiba. Hivyo ndio itafanyika 2027. Na 2027 you are going home whether you like it or not. So the future is for Kenyans, because now we don't have the government. And the other time I told you the product of a dysfunctional government is a dysfunctional environment. When we have a dysfunctional environment, now where we have the crooks, we have the vigilante groups taking over the security. So Kenyans must come out and defend themselves because they don't have a government. They want a government that prays and worships Ruto, a government that prays worships Ruto. The other day I told you here that today, if I said I go to Uhuru Park and construct a flat and niandike Ruto atukuzwe, hata DCI ataenda pale, lakini niende tu Turkana ama nini Lokichogio niseme one time helicopter 20 zote zitakuja kunitafuta huko. That's what they did for Juang, wakamua hapa. You saw in Marakwet we had a disaster. Watu wangapi walikufa? 27. Helicopter ya polisi ilienda after watu 27 wamekufa moja, lakini ukienda useme tutamuko helicopter zote zitakuja. Ojuang walipeleka Subaru ngapi huko kumchukua. So we are talking about a government that deals with the political tone. If you are not in their line, they are ready to destroy you, and that's not the constitutionalism. That's why my party, Democratic Republican Front, brings about the spirit of constitutionalism and public participation.
Okay, let's go to Kaspul. The Kaspul, where
just before we move ahead,
I think you just went back. We have on your sword. Just discuss the truth.
That's what I want to. I just want to disagree with my friend. He was talking of justice in a dignified. Justice never comes. Justice only comes in a peaceful and a friendly environment. Once there is peace, then justice comes after that. But you can't have dignification and there is no peace. Then you decide to put peace at the peripheral. That's not a...
You know the question which we asked really very completely because of the protection of the lady or what will the government... No. Okay, the question was very simple. If the arrest of Panyako, was it likely to arrest or it wasn't?
You can see, this is something that we cannot shy away from. As we are heading towards elections, you saw how people were being whipped. There was mobilization, people being whipped in order to act or react by the same politicians, not any other person. The same politicians were whipping people to react. So when you are being whipped by the people who are supposed to be guiding you towards a peaceful agitation, what happens? It ends up as the result of it will end up as what we saw when somebody was stripped, naked, and all over his nudity was being displayed all over. Was it the fault of the Banyako? That's what I'm saying. This is people who are being raped in order to not to support a particular candidate.
Okay, the government people, they only had to support the government because the government has done nothing. There's nothing visible the government has done.
Then secondly, for us to move forward, issues of arrests or abductions, as my friend was alluding to, these are things that have been happening. Because the same people who the other day, who were part and parcel of these abductions, are the same people now who are running away and trying to incarnate themselves into something good. That here we are the people who will bring justice to you. We are the people who will bring democracy to you. But what happened when they were in office the other day? We saw there were so many abductions that happened. Not under this government, but under the previous one.
You are going outside.
Let me answer my friend.
I think you are just going out. I think we are not on the path. Yes. Okay, this is yes. But the thing which is there on the table is about the violation. It's not about the last government which was in office.
But as much as I come from the coast. If we do a chronology of these subsequent by-elections, we saw one that happened in Malindi. We saw whatever happened. Was Ruto the president at that time?
Can I answer him?
Was he? He was not.
So, my friend, we're talking about history here.
Yes.
We cannot put history here. When Ruto was coming in government, he had his own agenda. He called us a press and said, no, when I become the president, I'll maintain all law and order. Remember him calling out Ruto when Ruto was treated in Uhuru Kenyatta. Don't threaten me and my family, please. Then he said, Mama Mboga, what a motorbike, I'll protect you. This is his agenda, and he's the president now. Leadership is about motivating. Leadership is also motivation. Leadership is about creating a culture that your people will follow. That's leadership. You lead the people. So when you bring history here doesn't count, because two wrongs don't make a right. Those were then. Now this is a new president with his new agenda, new policy, because he claims, yes, the other time he just was boasting, hitting his chest that I'm the most learned president. I am the most working president. These are not my words, Ruto's words. I'm the best working president, more than all those presidents that have been in his space. You see, even he went and baringo and said, and stood there and said, don't test me, I'll crush you. He was telling the bandits what's happening today in baringo. So we are talking about an incompetent president. It's not about history here. It's about his agenda for the country. So he has deviated from his agenda for the country.
No, I'll still disagree with you. No country is built on a platform of today. We have to begin from the past as we build it.
But two wrongs doesn't make a right.
But you can't tell me now, or put an argument on the table that no, we can't dwell on the past. It's this past that keeps on haunting us.
Let me ask you today, if I married a lady, he was being beaten somewhere, so I start beating him. A man, it's about performance.
No.
A man is coming out of that dirtiness.
You are putting it out of proportion.
No.
Yeah.
A man is...
You are putting this argument out of proportion.
No. Yeah. A man is coming out of what was bad. That's what Ruto promised us. Ruto promised us. Why did we vote him? He said the dynasties, all the wickedness that have been happening, the corruption, I'm going to stop. I will stop them. incarcerations, arrest without with Trump's upcharges when his people were being arrested during when you were campaigning. He said, "No, I will stop this." Mama Mboga nisikie. Mama Mboga nisikie. He used to say this. So we are saying when he gave us his policy and agenda. He said, "No, I'm going to transform Kenya. I will transform our justice system. I will transform our economy. I will build industries bottom up." Watu wa Mama Mboga, watu wa motorbike. This was his platform. That's why we voted for him. But now he's digressed from his. Now when you say history, yeah, we are a new president. 3 years in office.
My friend, my friend, when you inherit today,
I think the gentleman is just trying to divert our mind.
I'm not diverting.
We were just talking about that.
I'm not diverting anything.
I think we'll just come back to you. Let's just go back to the ODM.
Yes, the ODM
guy.
Boyd.
Say that people were transported from Nairobi to kaspul to work skills. They were just to say that they are
Aroko.
That's transporting people from Kayole, Madare, Kayole, Madare, and Kibera. 1,500 people to go and post skills and kaspul. On your take?
Now, with the government we have today, we've seen the government being involved in illegal activities. So, government can say anything because they have to shield their wickedness. Lazima funikie yale mambo mabaya wanafanya. So, lazima funikie because how will opposition mwenyewe abebe watu 1,500 with all the intelligence network, CID, DCI, all this without the government knowing. Then these people are carried from here to Kasipul. Kasipul is in Homa Bay. How will the government apparatus and security system not see those people? So these are all government rhetoric stories to divert the attention of the people on what is happening on the ground. What we are telling the government that we need a justice system, we need the spirit of constitutionalism, justice, dignity is a product of justice. When we have fairness, we have permanent peace in the world. But when you come and steal from me and then you tell me, apana, to make a justice, I won't accept. I won't accept. Yes, so we respect each other. That honor, that dignity must be there through our constitution. We respect the contenders. Let them give them a fair playing field so that whoever comes out has the product of democracy. But when you threaten people, you harass them, that's not a product of democracy. That's why our people are in the street, they're killing other people. They are fighting, they're ready to shed blood to defend the will of their people.
What I can say is, I'm still going back to my friend's argument.
Okay, let's go back. So long as you're just on our track.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to go back as I head to that discussion of Kasipul. In any democracy, for us to achieve that level of one of the greatest democracy, the democratic countries, what happens? Democracy is built on peace. Peace comes first. You can't talk of dignity and justice when there's no peace. Peace has to come first. We have to be peaceful before we can begin to dignify and justify whatever we are. But you can't begin and say that I want to dignify and justify before peace. Because all these things can happen if we disagree. How can I have that dignity when there is no peace on the table? We can't. As I move to Kasipul Kabondo, if you look at this candidate, the independent candidate, if you go back, the people who are being investigated as part of the people who participated in the assassination of the late MP, peace be with him, Peter Ngondo Were. Aroko was part of this group who were active participants in the assassination of this guy. So he has a history also of violence. So let's not put all the blame on the government side, because somebody can plan I can plan. I can be able to move my people quietly, the people who I'm planning to go and cause mayhem, and put them at strategic point within that particular constituency. So you can't say that Boyd is part of a government machinery that is busy complaining. Yet, the same candidate who is complaining against has a history of violence. So let's not put the blame squarely on the government. We have to look at these things from the both sides of the coin.
Okay. That's it. We go just back to mbeere now.
Yes.
I think what's the work of the police in a polling station on the voting day? What's the work of the police in a polling station?
The police are supposed to provide security.
In fact, so let's just going back to mbeere now.
Yes.
The police used tear gas to a polling station, okay, where food zilikuwa zimehesabiwa.
Yes.
Are you getting that?
Yes.
So, and yet here, the work of the police is to protect those lives and protect the event, the general event, the general activity which is going on there. Was it like for the police to throw the tear gas with the supervisors and those all people were counting the schools?
First of all, the said polling station that you're saying, I think is the mental center at Chicago Girls. And you have to go to the reason. What was the root cause of all this?
My question was, let me tell you, sometimes it's not hiding on everything. You're just hiding on the truth side.
Yes.
Government people, they have nothing to defend.
Agenda to throw a tear gas to disrupt the activity.
That's what I want to say. Yeah?
Okay.
Within the electoral codes, what happens when the polls have been closed? What happens?
The counting starts.
Are people supposed to allow? Are there people who are supposed to, the voters? Are they allowed?
Besides, okay, I think you have not seen that clip.
Yes.
That's why you're just.
No, I've seen it.
I don't think there's a reason for you to comment negative.
No.
On something which
I've seen whatever transpired. That's what I'm telling you. People who are being whipped to go and help in protecting their votes. When a leader whips you to go and protect your votes, and yet this same leader knows within the electoral code, people are not supposed to be within a certain perimeter where the tallings are being done. So can you blame the police? The police were trying to act as per the electoral code. What is entailed in the electoral code?
I think the side of protection.
Yes.
Okay. What's it like for the police to protect?
It's not like, we've seen government buildings being banned and the government participating because they have to hide their injustices. Because it's not easy, a place where IEBC, these are constitutional institutions, carrying out legal process. There's no confusion, but the government throwing in tear gas to confuse the electorate. There was no violence there. It's the police who started the violence. So what you are saying is the work of the police, chunga wananchi, kaa nao, chunga opposition yote. Ngoja kwanza, ulikuwa naongea mimi nimenyamaza. Chunga wa opposition na watu wa serikali. Ndio mtu yote asiumie. Hiyo ndio kazi ya serikali.
But my friend, I still want to disagree with you.
Yeah.
You are right now looking forward to vie for to become a presidential candidate. So,
yes.
what are the electoral rules? Are there voters? Are they supposed to be allowed to be at the tallying center?
I think according to the clip which was shared online, you saw that crowd in that polling station. You saw it. Sometimes, let's be realistic.
These were created by the government.
Yeah.
They were created by the government so that they create confusion there, so they have their way through. But Kenyans, they stood strong there. That's why I'm saying I'm talking about resilience and tenacity. They stood there, no, we are not going to uwe hapa to protect kura hapa, hata akileta bunduki watushike, hii kura lazima tukae hapa, na walikufa nayo hapa na wameshinda. So I don't know.
Let's just requesting for talking about 2 minutes. The update we are just getting is Banyako is on the top of the race.
Yeah.
That's according to the one which has just come. I think we can just continue. The update is just Banyako is on the top of the race while voting is continuing.
The tallying.
Yes.
That's automatic.
Yes.
On the other side, let me just say again. But it's not a final, it's just a
provisional result.
Result.
But that's the end game. That's the end game. Ruto is losing everywhere. That's the end game.
Just think is on top, but it's still a provisional result.
2027, this is just a manifestation of what is to come in 2027. So Ruto should start packing. You saw his friend in Guinea-Bissau. He's been arrested by the military. So this is what's really happening. Ruto must go home. You cannot create a dysfunctional government that rules through chaos and violence. We have to follow the order. Order must be followed. That's the constitution.
Okay. We just continue. Where are we? We were just in that theater, just to make a summary on the tear gas, which was thrown to the polling station. The polling station in
the tear gas was not thrown inside the polling station, but it was thrown out of the perimeter of the polling station because of the crowds that were surging.
The government, they have to defend themselves.
It was the crowd that was surging in.
There's a way, even if it's defending the government, sometimes the squeeze is there.
These government people, they don't know how to protect. They have nothing to protect.
I'll just say that it was hit light on.
No, that's what I'm saying is,
But sometimes it's not that we have to argue all time. Yes. We don't have to argue all time.
No, but the thing is, you know, let's call a right and let's call a wrong. So when something wrong happens, what happens? Are the police there to just stand and view? Are they just there to stand and view as all the mayhem, the chaos happens?
I think what's their mayhem?
Because this is a group of people that were whipped by particular leaders to protect their votes. The proof is there because the leaders whipped them prior to the elections.
If you can specify, maybe just mention that leader is not going to.
No. This is all. It's all open for all and sundry to see. If you're
the government people, they protect what's not there. So sometimes they also fear. They do it in fear. Even in mbeere, malava, and kaspul, they went there with the fear to create chaos. But Kenyans stood firm. And you see, if they could have ran away, the government could have taken the day. But wamewashwa wote. So Ruto has to go back to the drawing board. The drawing board is to resign. That's the end of the game.
What I can say is, an elected president cannot resign, but he can only come out through an election. So that point of resignation, I think that's it's out of topic, and maybe we can move to another topic altogether and discuss something else.
You know what I'm saying is this? Yes. A president is a leader. A leader must take responsibility on the failures of a country. That's the president. So this is the constitution, not me. Taking responsibility on the failures of your government. Like what we are seeing across the country. The Minister of Internal Security was not prepared. The IBC official not prepared. When we see goons, police escorting goons, cars, what that does manifest?
I think there's another thing which happened at Mbeere North. According to Ugunja is an MP from Manyata. Okay? I think you may just know Ugunja. Honorable Wamumbi, you know him, Honorable Wamumbi? So Honorable Wamumbi, escorted by goons, went to Siakago polling station after the voting was complete. So they just went to a polling station. But unfortunately, the other team from Karis, the youth now blocked them not to enter Siakago polling station to disrupt the county which was going on.
But my friend, let's not put this one argument as a one-sided thing. Eric Wamumbi, as a member of parliament, was he an agent of the UDA party? That's my question.
Is
That's
he not a member
now.
of a UDA party?
No,
No, is he not a member of the UDA party?
no. Eric Mumbi,
I think
Wamumbi,
it's a question, eh? It's a question.
Eric
It's okay.
Wamumbi went there as a UDA agent at that particular station.
Where was he from the morning? During the 45? Where was he from the morning? Okay,
How many
why
polling
was he
stations?
escorted by bulls with
That's-
the
that's what-
gymnastics?
that's-
Why was he escorted with bulls with gymnastics?
That's the question is, eh? Because when you see an opposing camp, because it was so unfortunate when I saw a certain clip being posted, it was posted and it was all over the social media. A former Attorney General, a former cabinet minister, and a former Speaker of the National Assembly running to beat somebody who was just coming out from a polling station. What does that show?
I think
It was a suspicion of malpractice.
No.
Suspicion of
No, that's what I'm
malpractice.
saying. This is somebody who was walking alone. He was not with any other person. He was just coming out from a polling station to vote. What happens when you see such an travesty happens?
I think the TV or the phone which you used to view that clip, those
Yes.
clips,
Yes.
maybe they
No. That's what. That's the thing.
Huyu ni
That's-
mtu alikuwa anaenda
that's-
kununua watu pale ndani.
No.
So
Do you
the
have any
former
facts? Do you have any facts?
the former speaker was
No.
just expressing severe displeasure
No, my question
on
is,
malpractice.
is there
Hiyo
any
nilikuwa
facts for
inafanya- niko nayo yote, niko nayo hapa. Hata
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Eh.
You are making it a one-sided
No.
argument. But was he supposed to?
2027 I'm a
react?
presidential candidate.
My question is.
Hata bibi yangu ameenda Singapore saa hizi kufanya rehearsal ya kuwa first lady.
Listen.
I know that boss.
Listen, what
Yes.
I'm asking
Before
you.
I came here,
You can be a presidential. You can.
From here, before I
Even
came
me
here,
myself.
I had a meeting with the 5 former governors.
I don't
Upper. We are
dispute
talking
that.
about these things.
I don't dispute
So I'm
that.
telling you from the point of know-how.
You may be having the
Not
discussion
fantasy.
with those 5 former governments, former governors, but they may be the most incompetent and unpopular former governors. You may be having those discussions with them, but they may not be giving you the reality check that is there. Yeah.
You know, UDA fans are like fans who are Mackenzie. Even when they are going to die, they don't see the whole. That's the problem. My friend, you know, we cannot keep quiet and silent like stars in a dying universe, awaiting for dust and defilement. We have to come out and speak, and we are not looking away. If you've seen the way those people stood in Malava, despite the presence of the police and the tear gas and the guns,
But the
they
fact
said
of-
no,
but the fact
we are
of
not
the matter is,
violating the will of the people.
But the fact of the matter is,
Yes.
the fact of the matter is,
Yes.
was the former Speaker of the National Assembly, a former cabinet minister, and a former attorney general, was he justified to do whatever he did? by
Yes,
hitting that person?
because they're Kenyan
No.
and he's seeing a malpractice.
No, was he supposed to?
A government that works on political tone. The government that
Was
reacts
it?
on political tone.
You
They went
and,
to steal.
and the group of people that you were with, they were busy chasing this person.
No. You know you
No,
you
what I'm
people.
asking is-
No,
no,
you
no.
see, you keep
No,
quiet.
no,
I
no,
school
no.
you about this thing. You know I'm a presidential candidate.
Don't school
You know,
me.
you sit down, I
may be a
school you.
presidential candidate,
I wish
and
you had a pen and a
probably-
paper. I
and
wish
maybe
you had a pen
probably-
and a paper. We
I
go,
may
we
be-
go
I
on.
may be the
Yeah,
one schooling
because
you. It
no,
may
no,
be
no, no,
happening
no,
the
you're
other
not
way
strong.
around.
Because even something that's
Because you may not
visible.
be- you may not be-
Yani hata kitu inaonekana, unaona ile ni nyumba, wewe unasema nyumba hakuna hapo. To believe.
No.
These are goons. Everybody has, hata huyu ako, hata mtoto wa village ako na hizo video zote.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
Eh?
We don't need DCI.
So,
You know, sometimes.
let me ask you.
Relax first when you're talking about nini. Sometimes we don't need history. Sometimes we don't need science. What we need is common sense. Sometimes we don't need speciality
But
or science.
my
Only
question
need common
is-
sense.
my
Common
question
sense dictates.
my
It's
question
about what
is-
we are seeing.
My question is,
Yes.
you know, you are paraphrasing it nicely,
Yeah.
talking about common sense.
Yeah.
Was the kind of things that we are viewing the former Attorney General doing, is that common sense?
Hata mtoto wangu kwa hiyo video, hata
what
tumepeleka
I'm
DCI,
asking.
tumepeleka DCI. That's common sense
That's
because
what I'm asking.
when
My friend, you
when
are
he
just-
realized there was a malpractice, how do I defend?
you are
That's
making
a
this-
malpractice.
No, let's
and the
not-
government cannot protect you, so you
let's-
protect yourself.
Let's not make this argument a one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know, you deal people
When-
like war
Let's call-
fans. They
No,
never
let's-
agree.
Let's call
Yeah.
a wrong. When a wrong happens, we
Tomorrow
call it a wrong.
I'll be having a meeting with the DCI tomorrow. They will discuss that. Yes.
I think there's a clear way whereby you just find that some days back, Embu was UBS stronghold. Some days back, not so. Right now, people that just out here that Embu UBA is dead within. That's according to the ground, which is that was just there. We just go to Kaspul. Kaspul has been an ODM zone, not so. You can't talk anything, any point apart from ODM, not so. Now ODM is losing its popularity in its bedroom. Not so. That's Kaspul. In fact, somebody from an independent party just competing and heading the race in an ODM bedroom.
But let's just go back. The tellings are being done, and the provisional of what is there right now. Boyd was still leading, not Aroko.
I think
Boyd was still leading.
I think maybe you can just see the updates.
That's their nature. Even what's visible or obvious or evident.
That's what I'm telling you. Boyd was leading. Yeah, Boyd was leading.
It's okay according to you.
So we can't talk of that somebody. Okay, that's an ODM bastion. We don't dispute that. But these are just provisional results.
It's okay.
Yeah. So by daybreak, we'll be able to know who carried the day, so who won and who lost.
If daybreak comes and that's the result is telling us, because me I'm not on phone, he's just telling us as a media person.
No.
So if daybreak comes and what is suggesting is what's come out to be the reality.
You know, what you're trying to allay is those are speculations.
They're not agreeing that Ruto.
Something on public,
they cannot accept that Ruto is losing popularity.
Because what I know, people are blogging all over.
I think
even what's reality
is not verification.
Blog, yeah? I think this is something which is
because we have a serious,
they like talk show.
We have a serious malignant in our country today, and that serious malignant
you just see in public. You don't want to accept that.
No, we have a serious malignant that we have today.
In
Kenya,
we are not on a talk show. We are not on a talk show.
Yes.
We are not a club. We are not in a street.
Yes.
We are in a reality show. We have to be real with our facts,
This is not
our
a reality.
observation.
This
We
is
have
not
to be.
reality.
No, this is reality we are talking about here.
No.
This is a reality show.
this
We are
is
not
just
in
a
a talk show.
discussion.
We are not in a club. We are not in some shamba wedding.
This is a
We are in a
discussion.
reality show.
No, we are just
reality
going to
show
have
is
a
about
discussion.
being real with the conversation, real with facts,
This is just-
real
This is just a
with
discussion. we are
evidence.
having.
With evidence.
This is just a discussion we are having. And a
Yes,
discussion, you can't tell me.
Why can't you believe?
You can't tell me that discussions becomes a reality.
Let me tell you, this is
No, real with the conversation, real with the facts, real
No,
with the
that's-
perception.
those-
That's what I'm saying.
You're creating a perception. You know, a perception can be created
But it has
in
to be
order,
real.
in order to
Because
make
it's,
people believe.
because it's observable.
No,
It's
this-
observable.
That's what I'm saying.
My friend, even what's real. And Ruto is telling you the truth. Ruto is losing popularity.
That's what I'm
2027 he'll get a palti 1 million
That's
against 20 million.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
I think these people
In Kenya,
can't even
They can't accept.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Hata mkuku akikufa anafunika mafi tu wanasema ijakunywa.
That's what I'm telling you. I can create my perception. You can create your perception. But my perception cannot fall to your opinion. And your perception cannot fall to my opinion. So, this perception, your perception and my perception, we put it into a discussion. And this discussion does not become a reality, the way you are trying to allude.
Real with facts, with conversation,
Yes.
real with the perception.
Yes.
Yani real.
Because,
But why now? Why do you even, anything you discredit?
yes.
This is my problem. This is my problem. That's why you are beating people, Ruto's people in the all by election. Because they can't be real.
We are trying to put a discussion.
They make fake things be real.
question,
Yes.
I think, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What if, anything can happen, this was an election, also, election is a losers and winners also.
Yes.
Let's now say that maybe one way or the other, the government side loses in all the elections which were, the by-election, from all the regions where it was happening. Let's say now let's say what if the government loses all the seats from those by-election areas? Do you think the government itaremain bado na umaarufu ilikuwa nayo? Ama
One thing, first, let's wait and see the outcome of the results.
I think
You know, the outcome of the results.
we have not just said that we have
Yes.
not.
They
said
cannot
that.
accept the government has lost legitimacy.
Yes.
Okay, what if it loses all the seats?
I don't want to put a discussion on that. I'll only put a discussion on that once I'm able to see
The
outcome of
government,
those
it's
results.
obvious, it's everywhere, it's visible, it's evident. The government has lost legitimacy. It has lost popularity. This is the words you should be using. My friend, are you blind? It's visible everywhere. Even when you walk outside here, you just see. They've lost legitimacy.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
sovereignty is with the people. That's why they are ready to die to defend their constitution.
That's what I'm saying is
Huyu jamaa ametoka ni kama umetoka from the moon.
I'm not from the moon. I'm a
You know,
Kenyan.
because this hata ule
Kenyan.
msichana anatembea pale ukienda tu mwambie yenyewe anakwambia
My
kitu.
friend.
Ruto is losing.
I'm a Kenyan. Let's not make this more like a shouting match. This is just a discussion.
No, we're just talking. You know, the world. No, that's my voice. That's my voice.
No,
that's
no,
my
no.
voice.
What I'm saying is,
eh.
you know, politics is a discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And politics is a win and lose. It's not a win-win. You get my point?
He has given you the probability if the government loses. That's
That's
what
what I'm
he's asking
saying.
you here.
And that's what I'm saying. Is we are going to have that discussion in the foreseeable future once we get to know the outcome of the results. But you can't put a discussion on something that you do not know. First of all, let's get to know what is the outcome. Once we've known whatever the outcome is, then we can begin a discussion of that.
Saizi ningepata ile juice tamu ile baridi kidogo ningefurahia juice baridi kidogo because hii conversation ni vizuri bwana. You know what makes me headache? It's what gives me headache or splits my mind. It's what is visible, then you deny what's visible. Unaipaka mafuta. Umejua kaburi hata upake mafuta utengeneze tiles. Bado ni kaburi tu. Hata unaweza weka tiles upake perfume, mkaa hapo juu mkule mkunywe lakini bado ni kaburi. This is what you are doing, you people. Ruto atoboi 2027. Endo mwambie State House leo. And I wish the advisors wamwambie hii ame lose legitimacy. Wakenya wameongea na 2027 vile imefanyika hiyo Siakago, imefanyika Kaspul, imefanyika Malava. Hivyo ndio utaenda home 2027. So anza kupaka uende Sugoi vitu mapema.
Yes. Gachagua has a slogan of one term.
Yes.
Do you believe one term exists today?
You know, sloganeering is not winning an elections.
Okay, let me ask
Because
you.
first of all,
had a hustler slogan.
Yes.
Did it win?
he did, but
Okay,
Ruto,
it's okay. We
but President Ruto, and the former deputy president, these are two different people.
Okay, no problem. They're all human beings, in fact.
Yeah, these are two different people.
It's okay.
Because in terms of political experience, Ruto has an experience of over 30 years. Gachagua just walked in the other day. Gachagua walked into politics the other day.
Okay.
Yes. But Ruto has an experience in politics for over 30 years. So as a politician, an experienced politician knows. But for Gachagua is still a newbie in politics. Because there was just a one term the other day. Then the following day, we see him being the deputy president. Yeah. So what happens is, one term is just a slogan. But one term is not winning an election. Yeah, I can tell you one term, but it's not a means to win an election. Because in an election, you have to give us, or you have to campaign on issues. It has to be issue based. But it doesn't. In a campaign, you can't be coming with slogans and you tell us this is what I want to do for you. That's not what we expect of him. Tell us this is what we want. This and this and this is what I want to do for this country. Yeah. Because even if you see this group that is coalescing, they are busy coalescing around being the opposition. Look at all of them. Look at every member of that group. Were they in government at any one given time? Yeah. What did they do in government at that particular time when they were given the positions of leadership? Did they lead a transformation to this country? That's a discussion that we should be discussing.
Yes, as a presidential contender, very serious. Serious in my room, serious in the office, serious in the shamba, serious in the field. Uma serious, very serious everywhere. So, very nice discussion. Very nice discussion. The other time I saw some was in your studio here. Asanteni sana, nimekuja, nimefurahia sana. So, Gachagua, slogans work. Even Obama came, New America, it worked for him. Ruto came, hustler, it worked for him. So slogan works. So he needs vision and determination. As we speak today, Gachagua has won 2 MCS, the Narok and the Kisa East, the wards. So Gachagua has a direction. I'm only calling him out for some incidences which I feel they are not according to our democratic values. Like now, the other day he was talking about he has 6 million votes behind him. He has struck a deal with Kalonzo, which is I have not yet confirmed. I just saw it in the media. I'm not yet confirmed. I believe it's not about 6 million. We have the Turkana, the Ogiek, the Luos, the Luyas. So Gachagua should be every part of this country. Should put every part of every person in this country behind him, because it's about politics. Politics is not about one community. Politics is about everybody. When you go and have a deal that you want 12 ministers, so do you want 12, so you half ministers, half AP, ambassadors and all that, already you are curtailing the freedom of others. Because we have the Ogieks, we have the Kalenjins, we have the Luos, the Luyas. Where will they go? So it's like he's doing business. So this business thing will make people also be cautious about Gachagua. He should bring everybody on board. Don't talk about the 6 million people. Don't talk about the votes you have and Murima. It's about Kenya, not Murima. It's about Kenya. The Rift Valley, the Nyanza, the coast, Malindi, Lamu. Yes. So let's put the needs of Kenyans first. That's why my party, Democratic Republican Front, brings back that spirit of constitutionalism, of equality. Equality is about balance and harmony. That's equality. Competence is about efficiency and reliability. And that's what leadership entails. You create a culture where everybody looking about you will have to follow that culture. The other day, uliona a control of budget. Alipeana some worrying report about recommendation that he usually submit to the executive, but they undermine. Because currently, as you know, our fiscal budget, there's no discipline in our fiscal budget. Fiscal budget means balancing our debt and the expenditures and income. But already currently we don't have that discipline. You saw the other time SHA pesa inapotea, inaenda kwa private account. Ghost hospitals, ghost schools, ghost workers. We have to balance our debt, because currently our debt is at 12 trillion. When Ruto came in power, there was price hikes, and Kenyans complained. They're expressing their displeasure. And Ruto called across policy and said, no, I'm not going to borrow outside. These taxes I've raised, I'll use this for our economy. But now he's going out, borrowing here and there, left and right. It's a burden to us. It's really a burden. So we are saying no. Let's follow the spirit of constitutionalism. Look at the advisories of the control of budget on spending of the country. Today, our budget is 67% of our GDP. So imagine our budget is 4 trillion, lakini 67% italipwa debt. Itabaki na nini ya kujenga hospitali na mabarabara? We have to want to borrow. So hii mambo ya corruption, wastages, ndio maana control of budget amesema by there he was in parliament giving his presentation that he needs sanction to sanction MPs and governors, because they are proving
that was a quarterly.
Yes, control of budget katongo huyo madam huyo, unaona, because the recommendation of party executive, they don't follow, they undermine it. how the spending, because you do know that today if you are a minister or you are in the county or the national government, you want to buy even a car, the control of budget must approve. Yeah, he has to approve. But these approvals all they ignore. So he was asking MPs if the control of budget can give him more powers to sanction MPs, governors, all public officers. So this is the admission by the government institutions and operatives. Yes. So please join.
I think that's a discussion.
Me, I don't have
That's a discussion
Yes.
that we should have another day for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So me, I don't have a problem with government policy and development, initiatives. I don't have a problem with that. My only problem is social dimension. The social dimension of government development, social dimension, reduction of poverty, health, and education. You know, these Kenyans hawana shida mingi. Huu mama tu mwambie uko na health center, akipeleka mtoto wake anatibiwa, yeye pia akiwa mgonjwa anatibiwa mzuri, anarudi shule, watoto wanaenda mzuri. Huyo mama ana shida, hana shida.
But do you know?
Yes.
In Shah, I've seen so many people. I've met so many people who did not even have money. And the other day I was in my hometown in Mombasa, like 1 week ago. But I met this particular person. He's a friend. His wife was expectant. He went to a private hospital in Mombasa for his wife to deliver there. But he was turned down. They told him, we are not registered under SHA. But he didn't have a single cent. But his wife was under labor. So what happens, he went to an hospital, some small private hospital that was registered with SHA. And what happens? When he was billed, his bill was about 82,000. And who covered all this bill? He didn't even give a shilling. It was paid by SHA. So SHA works.
That's hospital from heaven.
No. This is a small hospital.
Not from heaven?
No. This is a hospital that is within Mombasa County. SHA works. But where the problem comes from, there is a cartel that were there in the initial NHIF. And this cartel, because the process of registering people has been digitalized, it has curtailed on how they are going to make their money from there. So what happens? We sabotage the whole thing. So there's a cartel that is busy sabotaging because they are not benefiting directly from it, the way they were ripping off people and the NHIF.
So they are
the other day, NHIF is being sabotaged by a cartel who feel like their days have been numbered in office. If you go to the education sector, in terms of capitation, we saw the other day, how many ghost schools were there? How many ghost schools were there?
There's so many.
So when the government says we are narrowing down in order to get the facts, we do not want to lose any money. We want our expenditure to go to the right, to the schools that rightly deserve. So, in the education sector, there is this cartel. So, for you to win and chase these guys out of town, it will take you a while before you can do that.
You know, you
I
defend.
think we have just gone outside.
No, I was just getting to the discussion of education and health.
Okay, let's not stick to the by-election, which I've taken today. Yeah?
Yes.
And now this is when we just look on the area reads. The area reads on the table. We just see them. The most people who are just on the top. We just say it's provisional result, but the top readings in most of the by-elections we start from Mombasa, we go to this all of the by-elections.
No, Magarini, Malefi County.
It's just in the coastal region. Let's just say from the coastal region, and all the other by-elections. we're just seeing most opposition teams celebrating. If you just can see.
But being in a celebratory mood does not mean that you've won. The person who is tasked to give the final tally and to declare the winner is IBC. So let's wait for the IBC to declare. But let's not run so fast to declare winners when the actual body that is authorized to give those results has not made a declaration.
You know, you are repeating the same question you asked him, and you said no, wait till in the morning. And you ask the same thing. And you know, these are UDA people. They never accept the reality. Even when it's banning them, even the five banning them, they say no. Yes, they're like, are the followers of a war. You tell them, no, this is bad, this is banning you. They don't even feel. So they never accept. So they're going to fantasize more on it.
So I think there's another question that if you can just allow me to repeat it again. Since I think we can keep on what's the way forward if the pressing side loses in this by-election? Do you think it's going to remain with the state which it had in 2022 before it came to power, or if we lose it in this by-election?
You know, in politics, winning makes you live within your comfort zone, but losing makes you go back to the drawing board. So, in the instance where we say the government-supported candidates lose, it will make our able president to go back to the drawing board and see why did the candidates that who are pushing our agenda, what was their reason for losing? So from there, we'll be able to bring on board a team of, or maybe a team of, or no, you can bring on board a team of advisors and see, okay, this and this and this, one, two, three issues are the ones that make these guys lose.
The advisors not only
Yes.
for intelligence for them to
even if my friend here who is running for presidential
very serious candidate, very serious.
He has advisors. He cannot. There are certain things that he has to seek counsel from his team of advisors. True or false?
True.
Is it?
But that's for humble leader. But somebody like Ruto with the 20 advisors, including the son of Burodinga, 20 advisors, specialized in different field.
So
youth,
that's what I'm saying.
And he cannot listen.
That's what I'm saying is that when you lose, it's now when you reevaluate. It's just like when you sit on an exam today. You fail in this particular unit. Like in college, people sit for an exam. You lose this unit. You're told you have to redo this unit. You get. So when you lose this particular unit, you say, okay, I lost. Where did I go wrong? What made me fail in this? You go back to the drawing board and rehearse and see, okay, this and this, I should have done this in order for me to enable me win this. So for our able president, I think this is going to also make him reevaluate on the way forward of where our country is supposed to be.
You know, for you to listen to advisors, it needs humility. We have a president here that have defied 37 court orders. It's on papers. How will he listen to advisors? You are still sending goons to interrupt elections. The police are supposed to maintain law and order. You use them to disrupt a process. People are injured. You arrest people with the trumped up charges. Oh, you know, Seth Panyako was arrested this morning, when he went to report that his car was hit by a bullet. His hotel. Do you know he was arrested when he went there? I'm going to alert police that my life was in danger, and this is the evidence. Look at my car. Then you arrest me, you incarcerate me, That's a government that fears the will of the people. So what I'm saying is this. Ruto is not somebody that can be advised. 20 advisors, he cannot even sit down and listen.
Respect,
It needs humility.
In respect,
No, you know, when you were talking, I was not talking.
I'm just saying in respect.
When you were talking, I was not.
Call him the president of the Republic of Kenya.
No,
Yes.
I told you my wife.
Respect.
My wife have just flown to Singapore to do a rehearsal on how to become a first lady.
No, what I'm
Not
saying
like
is,
this first ladies here.
In respect.
Uma serious, very
He's the
serious
president
everywhere.
of the Republic of
Yes.
Kenya, duly elected.
No. But you know, he's going against the public policy, the will of the people. That's my major concern. I told you I have no problem with policy and development agenda. I have no problem. I want infrastructure. I want stable institutions, schools, healthcare. I want our Kenyan. I want industry so that our people can be absorbed in. So when it comes about development agenda, sina ubaya na hiyo. Shida yangu tu ni social dimension. Social dimension. Mimi ni Mkristo, hata Ruto akisema anajenga barabara kutoka hapa mpaka mbinguni, tafurahia juu nitaenda kuona Yesu kusalamia yeye na nirudi. Infrastructure development, lakini there's a social dimension. When our Kenyans, recently we saw a lady who is pregnant being bitten by a snake and dying. That's a slight health incidence. That health should not start at the hospital. Health should start at home. But when you are a visionary like me, I'll have mobile clinics everywhere. Mobile clinics that health should start at home. Ukiwa kwa barabara ambulance napeleka wewe unatibiwa already. Ukifika hospitali uko sawa. That's a visionary leader. But now Ruto has failed. That's why you see these people, they are violence everywhere. They don't want him. Even hapa sasa, no, now we leave this discussion. We say 0-0. We walk out with you. Let's not depend on science and statistics. Just go and use our common sense here. We just meet random people, walk in the markets, the club, the streets, the shambas. Just meet random people, ask them, how is the economy performing? Some of them will start crying. The moment you mention Ruto, they start crying. Hata yesterday, kuna madam alilipa gari, alilipa kwa tila akienda Mlolongo. Vile alikuwa analipa kaona William Ruto, akarivasa raka. Yeah, so that's what makes me headache. I told you we have to be real with our conversations. Real with the facts. This is what is on the ground. It's visible. Unless a blind man who doesn't see. But now we are seeing. Tell me, no, this is what Ruto has done. Nothing. He only stealing everywhere, stealing left and right, stealing left and right. And before I become the president, 2027, nataka title deed ya Kasarani. Because umeona 6-star hotel, 7-star hotels zinajengwa hapo. Nataka kuuliza za nani? Nataka title deed ya Karura Forest, Ngong Forest, Mount Kenya ile mlima. Juu inaweza kuwa imeuzwa. Because we are being led by scammers, rapists, bandits. These are the people leading us. Land grabbers. People who belong to Community Maximum Miracle Center. People who belong to Mathare University for mental cases. These are the people leading us. Let's follow the constitution for the benefit of our people. It's about social cause. Barabara na mtu amelala nje atapita aje. Mimi nikwambia mimi ni Mkristo, sasa nikijengewa barabara ya kwenda Israel, napenda Yesu. Nitapita bio tafurahi. I'll climb rooftops and trees with the bells and the drums celebrating. But sasa mtu amelala nje, mtu anaenda Dubai kufanya kazi. Dubai temperature peke yake ni 50 degrees Celsius. Already that's a punishment. Hata hujaanza kazi. Employer threats the employer bado hujaface, bado temperature. Utoe nguo yote, bike kwanza kila kitu because ile na dunia nyingine. Ndio anze kazi. Wewe uko na doctorate, wewe umefanya bachelor of education, wewe ni lawyer, unaambiwa ndio fanya affordable houses. Watoto wakina Ruto na mabeste wake wanaenda kufanya Europe premium jobs. Wananunua magari kubwa kubwa. Is that equity? Equity is about balanced economy. Equity is about democracy, about sovereignty. It's founded on our sovereignty, constitutionalism. That's why 2010 constitution ili link politics and leadership. A president, you're not supposed to be an MP. Minister, you're not supposed to be an MP. But today, political tone has taken over everything. Political dominance. Saizi hata mimi msanangu ama bibi yangu akiajiriwa hapa, naogopa tu juu. Marapist wana lead society. Gunmen, swindlers, bandits. There's no spirit of constitutionalism. I told you here when we were starting first, the product of a function or of a dysfunctional government is a dysfunctional environment. Dysfunctional environment means we have now quacks taking over health and education, vigilante group taking over security. The work of the government is to give us quality, affordable and accessible services. Vigilante groups and quacks, will they give you quality, accessible and affordable? They'll compromise the law. So there's vacuum, there's deficiency, there are gaps. But Ruto is just looking at it. In fact, wakati wa Ruto wa Uhuru Kenyatta tulikuwa nasema state capture. Saizi ni Ruto capture. Amecapture kila kitu mpaka wanawake wa watu. Kila mtu amecapture yote.
So,
yes. So tafadhali wewe ndio ukirudi state house hii, najua naenda kukunywa chai. Mimi ni Mkristo, naenda ku fast. Mimi naenda ku fast saizi ndio vile tutasaidia watu kesho. Wewe unaenda tu state house, muongee na yeye, mwambie tumesema tunataka spirit ya katiba irudi. Na jamaa anaitwa Huma ni mbaya, atamaliza yeye. Umwambie hivyo.
You know, issues of religion. Let it become peripheral on this table of discussion. Yeah. Then issues of you're saying the government is dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional, yeah.
There are parameters of when the government is dysfunctional or functional.
I need a cold drink. Where can I get a cold drink? My heart is hurting now.
Of weighing this.
Wow, I'm losing my leg on this one now.
We should not be making populist agendas here in order to satisfy a particular group whom, even if you bring on this table of discussion, you begin talking issues of economy, he or she does not understand the differences on how the economy works and when it doesn't work, when it works and when it does not work. So these are discussions that we should not be whipping and making populist agendas in order to pull a particular group of people.
Hey, my friend, people of UDA is hard to convince, even what is obvious.
Listen,
even what is white, you say it's red. Even what is white, you say it's red.
No.
Hey,
this
Ruto.
is a discussion.
These are the advisors of Ruto.
No. This is a discussion that we are putting on the table. This is a discussion that we are putting on the table.
Yes.
And we should not shy away from some of these things that are working, as much as it's still a work in progress. You know, in a work in progress, I may be bringing new things, but these new things, it will take time for us to be receptive to them. In any society, when you bring a new idea, and when this new idea, for it to work, and for people to understand how this new idea is supposed to work, a higher percentage of them are going to propose these new ideas.
But you're contradicting your master. He said that in the first 100 days, you will see. You're not contradicting your master.
No, I'm not contradicting.
You see, I told you these people.
You know.
They even contradict themselves.
You know.
They talk of invisible things.
You know. I can talk of something. I can talk of something. No. I'm not putting my master on the spot. You know, I might be talking.
Yes.
And I might be putting a serious discussion on the minds of people because I'm an outsider. But when I get to the inside, that's when I meet the reality. Whatever agenda that I had and the expectations that I had is not what I found from there. So it will take you time, again, in order for you to be able to make your agendas to work. And for it to work, it can never work within that duration of time. It will take you time.
This change,
because even when Kibaki came in, for Kibaki's agenda to work, it began working in the second term, not in the first term. Because in the first term, even under Kibaki, there was a lot of chaos that was going on. There was too much chaos, there was too much corruption. But in the second term, once he had realized, okay, the vacuums and the avenues where people were stealing, on his second term, he sealed those avenues because he wanted to leave a legacy of a country that was on an economic path recovery, and that's what he left us. But can't as in put an expectation within the first 2 years, and when you find when the economy was in tatters, because when Uhuru left,
Okay, I think
our deficit was standing at 90.
1 minute.
Yes.
You're just watching us from Africa Eyewitness and the Global News. We are here at Sarai Hotel, right in the middle of the city, at Koinange Street. So we're having a conversation of election result, the provisional result, which is being displayed just down there on the TV. And then we just continue well with the conversation, but unfortunately, just hitting up. I think one of the guests needs water, just a cold drink. Meaning that the conversation is on heat. I think going to the government side, the question is not even answering. Just taking us on meanders, but it's okay. The conversation is going on well. Let's get back to you. To the exam. I think your master gave his debut at exam to go to the mbeere
Yes.
to campaign for his candidate.
Yes.
I think you know the candidate, because you know, so to campaign for his candidate.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we're just seeing some on the tarring. So meaning, what if the candidate Rio fails in that election? What would be the way forward?
First of all, the debate that is being put that this is the president has given an exam to his deputy, His Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki.
Exactly.
I think it's being put out of proportion, because I've never seen even in the public domain where the president said, "I'm giving you an exam.
Okay, let me.
I need you to pass this exam."
Okay, I think Deputy President Kindiki don't have a party. You know?
It does. He's a member of the UD party. Yes.
He don't have a party. Okay, he's a member. You know?
Yes.
But he is not a leader of UDA. You know?
Yes.
The Rio stood with UDA in mbeere. Not so. He was vying with mbeere with UDA. Not so.
Yes.
Who is the owner of UDA? Or who is the leader of UDA?
The UDA leader, the party leader.
You know, they take a century to answer that.
The question, I think, it's so simple. Who is the leader of UDA?
The party leader of UDA
The party leader of UDA.
is His Excellency the President.
Okay, did you saw him campaigning for Rio? Okay, who was there representing him?
No,
I think we
listen. If you can go,
the question.
You know, they'll never answer the UDA people.
yes,
The answer is just a simple.
Yes.
Who was there representing him?
you know the president. Listen, let's not shy away from this.
Okay.
The president and the deputy president, they are part of the executive.
Okay.
And when you're delegated, because the president cannot be ever present at those campaigns,
It's okay.
because he has other agendas.
He has to send somebody.
Because he has to delegate. He's delegated.
That's what.
Not that he's yes.
That person whom we said.
Yes.
Was it.
He sent his able deputy, His Excellency Professor
it's
Kithure
okay. Now,
Kindiki. Yes.
let's start from there.
Yes.
The deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, Kindiki, comes from which region?
He comes from the Mount Kenya Eastern.
Okay.
Yes.
Rigathi Gachagua, the DCP party leader,
Yes.
he comes from which region?
He comes from Mount Kenya Western.
Okay. Let's ask you now here. Okay?
Yes.
There's some rumors that in 2027,
Yes.
there might be a slight change
Yes.
in the UDA.
Architecture.
Okay, I think you understand. Not so.
Yes. Yes.
There might be. I think you have that. Not so.
Yes.
And there's some rumors that Kindiki was sent to campaign for Rio as an exam from the president for him to see the political strength of Mlima Kenya, which he holds.
What I can say, I think this is just allegations that are being made in terms of issues of exams and whatever you may call it. So, yes, there is no exams. He was delegated because the president had the serious issues to attend to all other parts of the country, and he was following up on whatever issues that were being raised there on the ground. He was being reported to. He had a first hand of everything that was going on there. But this is not an exam. Yeah, Professor Kindiki was just campaigning because he believes he's a son of the region, and he has a right. And he has a right.
What if he loses?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In politics,
let me tell you, politics is a game. It is a game of numbers. If he loses this seat, meaning that he don't have the numbers from him.
But what I can say is, you know, we know how the mountain people vote. Yeah, this is a fact that has been there since time immemorial. The mountain people vote with emotions. They don't go for a serious discussion that this is the particular issue that we're looking at. Just because whatever transpired of the breakup of relationship between Gachagua and His Excellency the President, he went all out, whipping the people. Oh, I was sacked because I was defending the people of the mountain. Those are the kind of politics that we are saying that should not be allowed in this country. Politics of segregating other sections of the country. Kenya is a country that is built on a foundation of many tribes. I think we are over 40 tribes in Kenya today. So on this foundation, you can't be going out combatively, saying that I was chased because I was fighting for the people of the mountain. Are they the only people that belong to this country?
Since time is flashing.
No.
Just if you can just talk about the exam, according to how people get it.
Just an example. Politics in this country, it's about segmentation. The product of competence and integrity is satisfaction. And that's what leadership entails. When you see a party sending its deputy in command to sleep, walk in the villages, we saw him walking in rooms, to solicit votes, it means these people are in danger zone. Because they are not productive to the people. There's no satisfaction. Now in my home now, if my sons and daughters have slept hungry, then tomorrow I go there, I suggest something. Even they'll be talking about, you can just observe, say, no, these people, there's a dissatisfaction somewhere. But when you buy them everything they want, to take them to school, health, even when you talk to them, you need their conversation, you see, they're talking with jubilation because they're satisfied. So there's a dissatisfaction there. When you see a deputy president anaingia kwa nyumba bedroom ya mama mzee, deputy president anaingia kwa hoteli anakula mtura, hajaifanya hiyo miaka yote, miaka 500 ilipita hajaifanya. It means there's pressure. Then to make it worse, they're taking again, after doing all this, still there's no success. Wanabeba polisi yote. Polisi wametoka yote, Busia, America yote wanapeleka huko. Because there's a dissatisfaction. So what I'm saying, Ruto has lost legitimacy. So he's forcing them. He's forcing himself on the people. And it will not work. It's not going anywhere. He's lost it. So you go tell him where he is that, my friend, we need this one, get it from Oma. He has said this thing and what? This is a stone. There's something we need to go to mbeere. Look for infrastructure. Look for health centers, education, industries. Let's be with them. The quality of a leader is empathy and humility. Empathy and humility. That's the quality of a leader. In Britain and Europe, even a mudslide, when the president was in a foreign country, he was planning a trip, not to go. Not to go. I don't have a problem, me and my family. Even whether Ruto is there, whether whoever comes there, my family is okay. My only problem is these people that is in the streets. Do you know how today as I was speaking, watchmen, we have watchmen that have not been paid for 6 months. Watchmen. There are people who are injured in different companies and they're in hospital, paying bill for themselves. This is the reality on the ground. Men and women have no job. I just talked here about my wife and lady being employed in government. I'll have my own fears. So this is what we are talking. It's about the reality. Hata tukitoka tuende hapa chini. Hata tukuuliza wale wame nini pale. Hata nilikuwa Serena. That's what people are telling me, Baba. Look at this. Just have this people and talk to them. Go to Kikomba. Talk to those people one on one. Leo nilikuwa Kiambu, nilikuwa na government free. Patia free. Wamama wanasema bana hii kitu ngumu, Ruto ngumu. Hauzi Kiambu na government free. Ruto atoi, mimi natoa. Boss, it's a disaster. It's horrible. It's a horror movie. Why don't you accept the reality? Go talk to our masters.
But the thing is,
let's go talk to our masters. Kuna shida.
But the thing is,
yes,
in this country, just the way I began when we began this discussion, we need a serious discussion as a country, very serious discussion, because when things are not working, when you inherit something that was not working, all this burden, before you begin even taking a re-evaluation of what is going on, the blame that was there is being bundled on you. And then the discussion is that we begin making allegations with no facts.
So we support thieves. So we support thieves.
Is this the only government that people have been
I told you two wrongs don't make a right. Yes. That's why when Ruto was running for presidency, he told us his policy.
Yes.
About how he's going to fight corruption.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah. But now you're again defending him here.
No, when somebody becomes incompetent, and I decide to kick this somebody out, I'm being told, that's how this country, that's how things run in this
country. Remember Kibaki, when Francis Miraria, the Minister of Finance, Chris Murungaru, they were fired, isn't it? When there was a public displeasure.
David Miraria was not fired. David Miraria was transferred to another ministry, but he was never fired.
But that's demotion.
That's what I'm saying.
This is visible thing.
No.
As a Minister of Finance, do you know who a Minister of Finance is?
That's what I'm saying is,
I need a cold drink here now.
That's what I'm saying is,
my head is aching now.
When you transfer somebody from a particular ministry, you have not cured that disease.
Okay, I think
that's not curing the disease.
Due to time, we just wanted to finish this conversation at exactly 10, and I think 7 minutes to 10. We go to some slide information which is coming in. Kalisi is on top with 876 votes. At the votes which have been counted, they have been counted less than 5,000, I think, and Kalisi is on top. So I think that's the only one which I've just listened to. So you're just watching this from Africa Eyewitness and Global News, as well as Kenyan Home. I think you are continuing to support with these two channels. And also, as we are winding up, the conversation of today was about the by-elections and everything which have, the chaos which have happened in all the by-election areas. We're making a summary to what we had, and as well as making a summary to the direction where Kenya is heading to. Maybe what Kenya should fix for it to achieve the Singapore status. You can just mention some, which the president just said that Kenya wants to. He needs for Kenya to have the Singapore.
Okay, Singapore is an illusion. Okay. Singapore is an illusion. Kenyans have taught Ruto a lesson, and I'm happy. In fact, today I'll be on a rooftop with the bells, dancing. I'm very happy. So Ruto should sit down with these people, reorganize himself, and go to the people. Don't depend on your advisors or ministers. Go to the health centers, go to markets, visit schools, visit streets, talk to people, listen from them. That's the only way to heal this country. Use the spirit of constitution. We have public participation. We have the spirit of constitutionalism. Constitution is about equality. You know, when today I am driving my car and a billionaire hits my car there, I'll go to court because court brings us together. The poor, the rich, physically challenged, mentally challenged, everybody. That's why we have the court. So let's use the law the way it talks about equality. Let's use the law. But without that, if you cannot go to the people, you depend on your MPs who are thieves, your advisors who thieves, you yourself, you don't listen to them. 2027 peleka vitu zako sugoi. Mapema this time hautaiba na hiyo kanisa umejificha ndayo. Hiyo tutakutoa huko. Tutakupeleka huko bila hata kanisa. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, as I wrap it up, what I can say is, first of all, my fellow analysts, you know, politics is a matter of respect, and we can't be calling names and synonyms on a person that is the duly elected president of this country.
He's misbehaving.
No, it's not about misbehaving. The duly elected, and under the Constitution of Kenya today, the duly elected president on the 6th of August 2022 is His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Now, Mr. President, what I can tell you is, keep on working hard. The kind of vision that you have for this country is good. And where we are heading to, the direction that we want, you are leading this country to, is good. As much as there are naysayers who will propagate propaganda, lies here and there, but what I can urge you, Mr. President, keep on working, because I know you have the best interest of this country. Thank you.
Unapaka kaburi perfume.
We also say thank you all our viewers, thank you all our supporters who have just supported this conversation of today, and as well as who just support us kila siku to make this. We have got this conversation every day from 8:15 p.m. until 10. Thank you for watching, and let's meet the next conversation, which will be tomorrow. Thank you.
Asante sana. Hey, Omera. Hey, mambo